Hey y'all, you probably saw the disclaimer in my other video, but I'm putting it here again just in case you didn't. I look not great in this video, okay? The angle, not great. And I literally was talking to my therapist and she's like, don't delete those videos. And I was like, I want to delete them from the face of this fucking earth. But I won't, because I think what I said in there was I liked what I said. And the way that I looked does not matter, okay? So yeah, and I'm manifesting weight loss right now, so I don't want to hear anyone in my comments say, well, why are you manifesting? I am, and I lost 7 pounds since this video was filmed, so I don't want to hear a lick. A lick. Okay, I love you. I love you. Hey guys, it's Hi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking about perfection. Yeah, we know I'm perfect, okay? No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm done with it. I'm done with the perfection in the community. I talk about this shit on my Instagram story all the time. The perfection in this community is driving me batshit crazy. It's running me up a wall like I'm a spider crawling up a fucking wall. I can't take it anymore. Because first of all, humans are not perfect, okay? If you want to affirm you're perfect or your reality is perfect, I think that's great. I think that's amazing. But don't put the pressure of yourself to be perfect. That's an unrealistic expectation because first of all, we live in an imperfect world. Okay, things around us are going to happen that we did not plan for, and also we are not all-knowing people, so things are going to happen to us that we did not plan for either. If we're manifesting our SP and something they do happens and we had no idea that they were ever going to do that, so we never even thought about it, how are we supposed to know to affirm against it, you know? And what if we had an unconscious negative thought pattern that we just didn't know we had, and it was negative, but it was there, and it accidentally showed up, but we didn't know it was there? How is that fair to put that pressure on us? It's not. It's not. And truth of the matter is, we all have negative thoughts. We all do. That's what manifesting is, because we're working through them. And you know what? Most of the population doesn't. Most of the population doesn't even think twice when they have a negative thought. We do. So we're already ahead of the game. But this pressure that the manifestation community, especially law of assumption now, like the law of attraction, like negativity in perfectionism has gone into the law of assumption community, and it's really dangerous. It is really dangerous to a lot of the people in it, and it's discouraging, and it makes you feel alone. And I'm done with that bullshit. So let's tell you right now why you're putting too much pressure on yourself, why you don't need to be fucking perfect, because trust me, the way you are right now, imperfect, making mistakes, learning, growing, that is the perfect you need to be. The perfect that you're trying to achieve for, of never making a mistake, never messing up, never falling, those are not good expectations to set, and also, you don't want to. You don't want to be like that. You want to be able to learn and grow. And if you're perfect, you hit the max. You're not able to grow anymore. Okay? So let's get that out of the way.
Hey.
So with manifestation, we have this big pressure on our back to always live in the end, always flip every single thought we have that's negative, always never ever spiral. Whenever we're triggered, to immediately shove it down our throat and ignore it. And to be fair, to an extent, yes, those are very important things to manifest. When I'm manifesting money and I look into my bank account, every time I look into my bank account, if I'm spiraling, then no, that's not going to help me, and I'm going to keep seeing more of that. But if I'm manifesting money and all of a sudden, I don't know, my car gets hit, or I realize my rent goes up $300, $400, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit stressed out, you know? And I think that's a valid thing to be like, you know what, I know I have control over this, but I'm really stressed out right now, and this pressure is overwhelming me, okay? There's a difference. There's a difference between understanding, okay, you know what, I'm just going to keep persisting, but I'm also going to allow myself to feel this, and I'm going to keep telling myself I'm going to do great at it. But this idea that we need to be perfect in every situation, you're not going to be. And you're going to have times where you spiral. You're going to have times where you fall down. And these are not negative things. The only reason they show up negatively is because we have this assumption in this community they are negative. Let me tell you a story. So I'm manifesting something. I've been open about it a little bit on my Instagram and maybe in another video. I can't remember. But I'm trying to manifest a very personal situation, and it is very triggering to me. It's one of the main reasons I started therapy, because I cannot navigate it by myself. It has driven me into a hole mentally, and I've not been able to get out of it. That's just that. And it is in my face 24/7. There's not a moment this is not in my face. It is always in my face, always in my thoughts. And let me tell you, it's been difficult. It's been really hard for me to ignore it. It just has been. Especially sending me to therapy, like, it's something that is very difficult for me to navigate. And you know what, guys? I would say truly transparent. Honestly, also Summer Fridays, love her. I think I probably persisted and lived in the end 60% of the time. I recommend 95. That's what my recommended time is. 95% living in the end. That's like what I strive for. 60% of the time. That means 40% of the time I think about this, I'm spiraling. Or thinking against it. Not necessarily spiraling. I think I spiral probably 15% of that time. And then the other percentage is me just acknowledging it. So tell me why I'm getting an insane amount of movement. Tell me why within weeks, just a couple weeks of affirming, my desire has probably significantly improved by halfway there. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why right now. I have this assumption that it's not hard for me to manifest. I have this assumption that no matter what happens on my journey, I will still be able to manifest it. And I have created that assumption about manifesting, and that's exactly why when I spiral this much, it does not affect me in this desire. There are desires where I do spiral more and I have an assumption, this is why I'm not getting it, and then that happens. But truth of the matter is, if you spiral, first of all, try to find a way to avoid that spiraling. Because a lot of the time we're spiraling out of a nervous system regulation, nervous system trigger. Something is triggering in our nervous system. Figure out what that is. Try to work on it. But second of all, if you just are having a human reaction because something around you is stressful, in my environment, in my circumstance right now, it is a stressful situation. It's stressful enough to send me to therapy for stress management and trying to manage my focus during this stressful time. Yeah, it's going to be difficult for me to... Guys, my train of thought went away. Isn't that f***ing ironic? I'm talking about focusing and I literally lost my train of thought halfway through. When you have that assumption that manifesting is easy, that it works out for you no matter what, then that's it. Like, that's really it. That's really, really it. And that's why you see so many people succeed at manifesting and you see so much people not succeed at manifesting. The difference between that is I've taken that pressure off my back and I have reminded myself that I do not need to be perfect to manifest this. I need to be consistent and tell myself I'm doing it right, and that is it. And that's the difference between the people that get their desires and the people that don't, is because a lot of the time they have that mindset they are not doing it. And you know what? More times than not, it's because of the pressure that you feel like you need to be doing better. You don't. The thing that you need to be doing better at is stop telling yourself you need to be doing better. Like, truly, like, that's really it. Sometimes people will get my coaching and I'm like, you need to stop telling yourself that you're doing this wrong. That's the only thing you're doing wrong right now. Because I've seen time and time again, I've said this so many times, people will come up to me and tell me exactly what they're doing, and I'm like, that is great. And then I'll see, but I just feel like I'm not doing it right, and I need to be doing more, and it's not working because I'm not doing it right. Aha, that's it. Because when you're telling yourself that, that's true. That's true. So what happens when we take this pressure away, and we tell ourselves, we don't need to be perfect. We don't need to be on our A game every single fucking second of the day. We're human, we have jobs, we have lives, we have things that will happen around us. We have things where we're like, you know what, I cannot affirm right now. I'm in a mental fuck right now. I cannot affirm. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's fine. Because here's the thing. The number one thing. You make your own rules. I don't think people understand that one. That's not a negative thing. I'm gonna break it down for you because I want you to understand this, because this is like a fundamental part of why it is so easy for so many people, and maybe you're struggling a little bit more. You make your own rules. What does that mean to you? Because a lot of people take that and they're like, I make my own rules, but I need to look at every single coach to figure out what their rules are. I just called some of you out. Because when you're faced with something, when you're manifesting, instead of asking yourself, what feels right to me? What feels best to me? What is gonna keep me in the end goal the most? You go, what does a coach say is best for me? I'm literally a coach. I'm supposed to be here to guide you. So of course I want to give advice that can help you guys. But the truth of the matter is I'm guiding you. You're the ruler though. I'm guiding you there. But you are the one making the decisions. I'm your mother. I'm like helping you for when you're an adult. But when you're an adult, you gotta flutter your own wings, you know? So you make your own rules means you make every single rule that comes to manifesting. The only rule to come to manifesting is what the theory of law of assumption is. Whatever you assume to be true is true. Anything else is completely a rule made up by you. So if you're telling yourself, I feel like this isn't working, what am I doing wrong? What do you feel like you're doing wrong? Because that is the assumption you have. Okay, you feel like you're doing that wrong. What can you do to help this? Let me give a more specific example. Say you're manifesting an SP and you've been affirming for them for 2 years. You already know my opinion on that. It should take 1 to 3 weeks to see movement if you're fully persisting. But you've been affirming for 2 years. Ask yourself, why is that happening? Why is that happening? Because your response to that is going to be why it hasn't happened, okay? I cannot believe I forgot to mention this, so I'm editing this in. If your answer to this question was, I'm not doing anything wrong though, you're not self-aware enough to get your desire. That might be difficult to hear, and I know I might be calling some of you out by saying that. You're not self-aware enough to get your desire, because in order to get your desire, you have to be aware and have enough self-awareness to say, hey, this is what I'm doing wrong. Because as a coach, we can only help you to the extent you're meeting yourself. So if you're saying, I'm not doing anything wrong, but you haven't seen movement and it's been extended months, even years, you're doing something wrong. That's just a fact. You're doing something wrong. You're not doing something right, okay? But if you are saying, I'm not doing anything wrong, you're not self-aware enough to put in the work to remove the resistance, and you will just keep fighting this until you figure out, wait, I am doing something wrong. So if your answer to that was, I am not doing anything wrong, you're not self-aware, babe. There's a difference between saying, I'm not doing anything wrong, and I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong. There's a difference. You don't want to be in the I'm not doing anything wrong category, but you've been affirming for 2-3 years and haven't seen movement. Okay, just wanted to add that. That's very important. Because that is an assumption. Say you have this assumption, it hasn't happened because I haven't figured out how to do it right. Okay, that's not necessarily true, because that's not a rule you need to figure out. Everything in manifestation is based off what you tell yourself. So you're telling yourself, I'm not doing it right, but you're the one making up the rules. So you are literally telling yourself, I am not doing my own rules right. Okay, change the rules. Change the rules. If you make the rules, change the rules. You can tell yourself, if I fart right now, I'm going to manifest $1 million. I can tell myself, if I literally just swallow an entire mini M&M whole, that's going to get me 10 pounds down a month. You can tell yourself that little shit is an Ozempic. I don't know. Like, you can literally tell yourself anything because you make the own rules. That's what it means when you make your own rules. So let me break this down because I'm a fucking chronic yapper. Whenever you're faced with any situation while manifesting, ask yourself, what's the easiest rule I can make to tell myself right now? And what feels best to me? Because that is going to answer any question you have. You do not need to look for a coach to figure out, this situation just happened, what do I do? Ask yourself, this situation just happened, what feels best to me and what feels easiest to me? Because I'm going to do that, and I'm going to tell myself that is going to work. Tell yourself it worked, and it will. And when you do that, you actually stop relying on other people to make the choices for you. And I know a lot of people rely on coaches, but the truth of the matter is, you are the ruler of your reality. I'm a helper. Okay? I'm a helper, and I would love to help you, and I love guiding you, but you're the ruler. You make the own rules. I do not make the rules for your reality. I tell you the rules I make for my reality, and what works for me. Me and you are not the same. We have similarities. We both like manifesting. We both are working towards our goals, but we are different. So what feels best to you? Because I might say, here's an unpopular opinion, I hate robotic affirming. You'll never see me robotic affirming, ever. You will never, ever in a million years see me robotic affirming. But most people do. Most people like it. Does that mean either of us are wrong? Does that mean either of us have right or wrong rules? No. Just means we're different. And just means that we assume different things. And that is the fundamental part of manifesting, is it's so personal to you because we make our own rules. So take that pressure off. Take that weight on your shoulders, weighing you down, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you can't do this. Take it off. Throw it the fuck away. And ask yourself, how can I make this easier for myself? Because like I said, you're not able to follow the rules that you're putting in place, so change the rules. If you're telling yourself, I need to affirm upwards of 5,000 times a day, and you're like, why isn't this working and I'm drained? Change the rules. There's no need to affirm that much. If you are going out of your way all the time to message your SP and try to get these things working and it's not working, change the rules. What can you do instead? Hey, maybe you should affirm that they're the one chasing you instead of you chasing them. Change it up. Maybe you have been trying to affirm and visualize and meditate on your affirmations and it's not working for you. So start robotic affirming. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we make the own rules. So make your own damn rules, because this is all up to you, baby. And I'll tell you this right now. Anything a coach says, take it with however it resonates. Because truly, these are all my personal opinion and takes, okay? This might not resonate with people. Does that mean I'm wrong? No. Does that mean anyone else is wrong? No. I feel like so many people hold coaches to these standards, but we're just sharing what works for us and what works for the people that we've helped. But you may be different, and there's literally nothing wrong with that. And that's why I say make your own rules, because when you put the power into the coach's hand, you have the coaches on the pedestal in your own reality. Why are you having anyone above you in your own reality, coach or not? You're up there. I'm down here rooting you on. I'm like, woohoo, let's go. I'm not up here, okay? You're up here. Don't ever put anyone up there but you, okay? Make your own rules, follow your rules, and if you're struggling with them, make something else up. And don't rely on anyone else, even if it's a coach, to tell you what to do. Okay, I'm yapping. I'm in circles, okay? Going in circles. But that is it for today's video. I just want you to know you're a bad bitch. You're gonna get your desire. You are going to have everything you've ever wanted, and it's gonna be easy for you, okay? Because you don't have this pressure on your back anymore. You're free. You just lost 10 pounds. I can't even see you guys. You're floating away in the wind. Like, hello, that pressure was holding you down so much. You're literally flying away, okay? I love you guys so much. As always, watching this video has helped you manifest. Say it with me. Watching this video has helped me manifest. Watching this video has helped me manifest. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.